Barakatin Yahawah, Barakatin Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Kwam Jeshurala, greetings to the hopeful elect. Alright, family. Salakia. This is part 2 of the day of Elohim. We're going to do another 7 references and scriptures, make this into a 3-4 part series. Most High be willing. Let's get edified. Let's go to the book of JOEL. And it's chapter 2, the day of the Most High. Blow the trumpet in Zion, and sound off an alarm in my holy mountain. Lest all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahawah Elohim is coming, for it is at hand. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, like the morning clouds spread over the mountains. A people come, great and strong, the like of whom has never been, nor will there ever be any such after them, even for many successive generations. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burns. The land is like the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Surely shall escape them. Surely nothing shall escape them. Their appearance is like appearances of horses, and like swift steeds. So they run like a noise, like chariots. Over mountains they leap, like the noise of the flaming fire that devours the stubble, like a strong people set in battle array. Yeah, man, that's the chariots, man. The Elohim, man, the ones that they were behind Yahawah establishing the earth. Before them, the people write in pain. All faces are drained of color. They run like mighty men. They climb the wall like men of war. Every one marches in formation, and they do not break ranks. They do not push one another. Every one marches in his own column. Though they launch between weapons, they are not cut down. Basically, they can't be faded. They're cloaked. They're spiritual, man. They run to and fro in the city. They run on the walls. They climb in the house. They enter at the window like a thief. The earth quakes before them. The heavens tremble. The sun and moon grow dark, and the stars diminish their brightness. The Most High gives voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For strong is the one who executes his word. For the day of Yahawah Elohim is great and very terrible. Who can endure? Selah, hallelujah. See, man, it's a day of agony, man. Now we're going to go second reference. We're going to go to Amos chapter 5, verse 16. The day of Yahawah Elohim. Therefore, Yahawah Elohim, the Lord of hosts, says, there shall be wailing in all streets, and they shall say in all the highways, alas, alas. They shall call the farmer to mourning, and the skillful lamenters to wailing. In all vineyards there shall be wailing, for I will pass through you, says the Most High. Woe to you who desires the day of Yah Elohim, for what good is the day of the Most High to you? Yeah, exactly. It will be darkness and not light. It will be as though a man fled from a lion, and a bear met him, or though he went into the house, leaned in his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Is not the day of the Most High darkness and not light? It is not very dark, with no brightness in it. Oh yeah, man, it's the day of judgment, man. I despise your feast days. I do not savor your sacred assemblies, though you offer me burnt offerings and your grain offering. I will not accept them, nor will I regard your fattened peace offerings. Take away from me the noise of your song, for I will not hear the melody of your stringed instrument. But let justice run down like water, and righteousness like a mighty stream. Did you offer me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O Israel? You also carry Sukkah, your king. Basically, these 400 years we've been fucking heathens, man. That's what he's saying, man. And I sham your idols and the star of your gods, which you made for yourself. Therefore, I will send you into captivity beyond Damascus, says the Most High, whose name is Yahawah Elohim. There you go, man. So no worldly religion prayers are going to save you in that day, man. Now look, let's go to Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of the Most High upon all the nations is near. For you have done it, you shall be done to you. This for Esau, man, you demon. Your reprise shall return upon your head. For as you drank on my holy mountain, so shall all the nations drink continuously. Yes, they shall drink and swallow, and they shall be as though they had never been. Basically, all the glory of Esau is through, man, in that day. Now let's go to Zephaniah, man, for chapter first, the first chapter, second reference, the great day of Elohim. I will utterly consume everything from the face of the land, says the Most High. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the birds of the heaven, the fish of the sea, and the stumbling blocks along with the wicked. I will cut off man from the face of the land, says the Most High. I will stretch out my hand against Judah and against all the inhabitants of Jerusalem. I will cut off every trace of Baal, sun worshiping, from this place, the name of the idolatrous priest with the pagan priests, all worldly religions, especially Catholicism, those who worship the hosts of heavens on the housetops, those who worship and swear oaths by the Most High, but who also swear by Milcom, another name for the left hand, those who have turned back from the following the Most High and have sought the Lord, nor inquire of him. Be silent in the presence of Yahawah Elohim, for the day of the Most High is at hand. For the Most High has prepared a sacrifice. He has invited his guests, chariots, man. And it shall be in the day of the Most High sacrifice that it will be punished the prince and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with the foreign apparel. Basically, if you're not Israelite, you're through. In the same day I will punish all those who leap over the threshold, who fill their master's house with violence and deceit. And there shall be on that day, says the Most High, the sounds of a mourning cry from the fish gate, a waiting from the second quarter, and a loud clashing from the hills. Will you inhabitants of Mactex, for all the merchants people are cut down, all those who handle money are cut off. Yeah, man, basically world currency. And it shall come to pass on that day that I will search Jerusalem with lamps and punish the men who are settled in complacency, who says in their heart, the Most High will not do good, nor will he do evil. Basically, anybody who thinks that they might be saved, but they might not. Therefore, their goods shall become booty, and their house desolate. They shall build houses, but not inhabit it. They shall plant vineyards, but not drink their wine. The great day of the Most High is near, and it is near and hastens quickly. The noise of the day of Yahawah Elohim is bitter. There the mighty men shall cry out. The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of devastation and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of trumpet and alarm, against the fortified cities and against the high towers, against the worldly governments. I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Most High. Their blood shall be poured out like dust, and their flesh like refuse. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Most High. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he will make speedily riddance of all those who dwell on the land. Basically, the worldly religions ain't gonna save you, man. Now, let's go to sixth reference. Let's go to the book of Haggai, second chapter, the coming glory of Elohim's house. In the 7th day of the month, on the 21st day of the month, the word of Elohim came by Haggai the prophet, saying, Speak now to Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua the son of Josephim, the light priest and the remnant of the people, saying, Who is left among you who saw this temple in its former glory, and how do you see it now? In comparison with it, is this not in your eyes as nothing? Yet how? Be strong, Zerubbabel, says the Most High, and be strong, Joshua, son of Jehozadak, the high priest, and be strong, all you people of the land, says the Most High, and work, for I am with you, says the Most High, Lord of hosts. According to the word, and I covenant with you when you came out of Egypt, so my spirit remains among you, do not fear. For thus says the Most High, once more it is a little while, I will shake heaven and earth, the sea and dry land, and I will shake all nations, and they shall come to the desire of all nations, and I will fill this temple with glory, says the Most High. The silver is mine, the gold is mine, says the Most High, Lord of hosts. The glory of the latter temple shall be greater than the former, says Yahawah Elohim. In this place I will give peace, says the Most High. Basically, the whole world is going to pay homage to him. Now, we're going to end part 2 with Zechariah chapter 14, the day of Elohim. Behold, the day of the Most High is coming, and your spoils will be divided in your midst. For I will gather all nations to battle against Jerusalem. The city shall be taken, the house rifled, and the women ravaged. Half the city shall go into captivity, But the remnant of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then the Most High will go forth and fight against those nations as he fights in the day of battle. Basically, he's going to serve Esau and all the heathens. And in that day his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives, which faces Jerusalem to the east, and the Mount of Olives shall be split in two, from east to west. Yeah, man, the whole world's going to see Mount Zion. Making a very large valley. Half of the mountain shall move towards the north, and the other half towards the south. Then you shall flee through my mountain valley, for the mountain valley shall reach to Azal. Yes, you shall flee, as you fled from the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. Thus says Yahawah Elohim, the Most High will come, and all the saints with you. It will come to pass in that day, thus there will be no light, the lights will diminish. It shall be one day, which is known to the Most High, neither day nor night, but at evening it shall happen, that it will be light. And on the day it shall be that the living water shall flow from Jerusalem, half of them towards the eastern sea, and the other half towards the western sea. In both summer and winter it shall occur. And the Most High shall be king over all the earth, and that day shall be the Lord is one, and his name one. Yeah, man, everybody's going to serve, the living Elohim. All the land shall be turned into a plain from Geba to Rimmon south of Jerusalem. Jerusalem shall be raised up and inhabited in the place from Benjamin's gate to the place of the first gate, the corner gate, and from the tower of Hanel to the king's winepress. The people shall dwell in it, and no longer shall there be utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. And this shall be a plague with which the Most High will strike all the people who fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall be dissolved while they stand on their feet. Their eyes shall dissolve in their sockets, and their tongues shall dissolve in their mouth. That's nuclear fire. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great panic from the Most High will be among them. Everyone will seize the hand of their neighbor and raise his hand against his neighbor's hand. Judah also will fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all of the surrounding nations will be gathered together, gold, silver, and pearl in great abundance, all worldly religions basically. Such also shall be the plague on the horse and the mule, on the camel and the donkey, and all the cattle that will be in those camps, and it shall plague be. And the plague shall be. Now, it ends here with the nations worshiping the king, worshiping Yahawah. And it shall come to pass that everyone who is left of the nations which come against Jerusalem shall go from year to year to worship the king, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Yeah, man. And it shall be that whichever of the families of the earth do not come to Jerusalem to worship the king, the Lord of hosts, on them there will be no rain. And if the families of Egypt will not come up and enter it, they shall have no rain. They shall receive the plague with which the Most High strikes the nations who do not come up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of all the nations that do not come to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. In that day the holiness of Yahawah Elohim shall be engraved on the bells of the horse. The pots in the Most High's house shall be like the boughs before the altar. Yes, every pot in Jerusalem and Judah shall be holiness in Elohim of hosts. Everyone who sacrifices shall come and take them and cook in them. In that day there shall no longer be a Canaanite in the house of Yahawah B'Hashem Yahushua. There you go, man. That's the glory of the Most Highest, man. This is edifying, man. Congregation Lala. Glorified be Yahawah B'Hashem Yahushua. I'm saying, glorified be Yahawah Kakadash. Most High be willing providing. We'll drop chapter 3 and maybe chapter 4. And at that note, Shalom.